So nice to talk to you again. Always enjoy it. Well, first of all, as everyone I am sure knows, it is Election Day.
Yes, it is.
I've got my sticker on. I voted early this morning and there was a crowd at 6 a.m. And residents here are very fortunate because Green Spring has its own polling place, which is in Hunter's Crossing.
We have no excuse not to vote.
That's right. All you have to do is walk down the hall, take the elevator, and get to Hunter's Crossing Conference Center and vote. And we have it set up. It is open until 7 p.m. today.
Right.
And there's a lot of people I've heard already have voted. I was listening to people talking in the hallways. So I'm always impressed with the voter turnout here at Green Spring.
Yes, it's quite high.
Yes, it is. And I wish the rest of the nation were as high as the percentage of voting at Green Spring. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
So we've got that going on today.
Okay.
And another special event we have going on this week will be this Sunday. It is Veterans Day.
That's right, it is.
Yes. And in addition to being a regular Veterans Day ceremony, there's a special twist with this one because it's also the 100th anniversary of Armistice Day. So we are going to talk about that during the ceremony this year. And one thing, if you haven't seen the flyers and the scroll, it's very important for residents to know that this event this year is in a different place and at a different time than normal.
Okay.
It will be at 2 o'clock in Hunter's Crossing Conference Center on Sunday, November 11th. So please remember that. Don't go to the chapel. We didn't have it in the chapel this year because it's Sunday.
Yes.
And we didn't want to interfere with church and things like that. So that is going to be a really nice event. I'm working on it with Gray Parks. He and I work together. And we have the Republican and the Democratic club presidents helping us this year. And of course, as always, we have wonderful speakers and musicians, including the Frankies will be here again.
Good.
And the choristers with Fran Tompkins. And I know they've been working very hard to put on a beautiful program for the residents.
Good.
So I hope to see everyone there. I'll be here on Sunday.
Good.
So.
Good.
Yep. So in addition to Veterans Day, we are also winding down on the SAF campaign, the Staff Appreciation Fund.
Staff Appreciation Fund.
Yes.
Okay.
And today we have members of the Resident Life Committee who will be out doing one last push to remind people who haven't donated yet to donate.
Okay, explain that for new residents who might wonder what's going on.
So the SAF campaign runs from the first week of October and it ends on November 9th, and that's Friday.
Right.
So what that means is we keep track and we have a goal. So this year our goal is $295,000. That is the money that comes in from October 1st to November 9th. And right now we are only at 89% of our goal.
Oh dear.
So we are hoping that many residents are waiting to the last minute. We're going to do another count this week. I am very positive I think we're going to achieve our goal.
Good.
But we have a lot of wonderful resident life members helping the staff.
And this money goes to hourly wage people.
Yes, we have about, I think the number's like 945 or something like that. It's a lot. It's like 86%
Of the
I think
staff.
of the staff is hourly, including me. I'm hourly. So you have the whole gamut, everyone from housekeeping, maintenance, wait staff. You have administrative people like me. A lot of us are hourly, and you know, as many residents know,
You can't tip.
you cannot tip. So this is a way once a year that residents can show their appreciation to the staff. And what happens is we take the pool of money and it's divided out by I think it's by hour, how long you've worked here. And someone told me recently that you have to work here 1,000 hours to be eligible. So
to be a part of
you
it.
can't, someone who just started last week is not
Right.
eligible. But
Right.
if they stay here next year, they will be.
Yeah.
And it's a wonderful way to show your appreciation.
Yes, it is. It
And we
is.
will be having the check distribution ceremony on December 11th.
And there's so many of those people who are sort of, we never see.
Yes.
But they're very essential to our comfort.
Yes, if you go behind the scenes in the kitchen, you'll see someone working so hard, prepping the food for their meals. You have people on their feet all day cleaning.
Right.
You have just so many people that work
Well, I think
so
if, you know,
hard.
turn on the water and it's hot. You
Yes.
know, somebody's got to keep that boiler going.
Yes, so we always enjoy I've been involved with the Staff Appreciation Fund for 3 years now, and I'm always extremely amazed at the generosity of the residents. And trust me, the staff really appreciates it.
I know they do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's staff appreciation.
Okay.
There is also, this Friday is the deadline if you want to be a resident vendor at the wonderful annual Holiday Bazaar.
That's right.
So the Holiday Bazaar for new people is once a year. It's usually, I think that's the first week of December. The idea behind it is get your Christmas shopping done.
Sure.
So the Holiday Bazaar is in Hunter's Crossing, and this year it's on Wednesday, December 5th. And it consists of outside vendors as well as resident vendors. And the stipulation is that you have to have a handmade item.
Right.
So for example, I can't sell this statue because I didn't make it.
Right.
And Diane would kill me if I did that. So, you know, it's handcrafted items.
Right.
And so we have a nice amount of vendors already lined up, lots of resident vendors too.
Good.
Because we have a lot of artsy craftsy people here.
Yes, we do. Yes,
So
we
it's
do.
always it's a really fun time, and I always go there and I always say I'm not going to buy anything, and I always spend too much money and knock out a lot of my shopping. But
Right,
it's a
right.
good it's a really fun time.
It really is.
Yes.
It's really
so
great.
that's coming up,
Okay.
and then we have some entertainment this month.
Okay.
So let me see. One thing I must mention. This is driven by Dining Services and the 20th Anniversary Committee,
yes.
not Community Resources, but I'm going to promote it anyway. We have the 20th Anniversary Night on the Town. This is a big, as my dad would say, shindig,
Yeah.
and this will be on Saturday, November 17th, from 4 to 7 p.m. in all dining rooms. And they're putting on a real spectacular.
We got the notice
Yes,
in our copies yesterday.
they're going
Yeah.
all out for this.
Yes.
And you will be able to matriculate through all of the dining venues and try a variety of foods. And you can get all dressed up. It's kind of a glamour night. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It does.
So that's to celebrate the 20th anniversary. And I know Kimberly Nelson, who's in charge of the 20th Anniversary Committee, they have a lot of other things planned for this month.
Good.
Great time to celebrate.
Good. Okay.
And Dale Jarrett is coming on Monday, November 12th in the Acatink Room. We also have the West Point Alumni Glee Club will be
They're
here.
very good too.
Yes. They will be here on Sunday, November 18th. And finally, one more thing I wanted to point out is on Wednesday, November 28th, in the chapel, we will have the St. Petersburg Russian Men's Ensemble.
They are wonderful.
Have you seen them already?
Yes, yes.
So
they are wonderful.
There's a lot of good entertainment, of course, lots of movies and things too. So we're in that time of year where it's just a whirlwind
Yes.
of activity.
And lots of fun.
Yes. And I did want to mention something. We have our annual Echo Food Drive coming up.
Yes.
And that will actually start next week. It's Tuesday, November 13th through Friday, November 16th, starting at 10 a.m. You can drop off your food drive donations, non-perishable items such as canned or boxed foods in shopping carts located in each community near the front desk. And this is to help us mark Hunger and Homeless Awareness Week. And this is part of our corporate responsibility. We do this every year. And again, residents are always very generous.
Right.
And it's such a wonderful feeling,
And I
especially
know a lot
since,
of the individual groups have echo drives too.
oh yes, yeah. And Echo is right here in Springfield.
Right.
And you know, being that Thanksgiving is coming up,
Sure.
we have to always remember those who are less fortunate than us, and it's a really good time to give some food.
Yeah, it is. That's great. Okay.
I think I've covered
Covered
everything.
everything? My goodness.
I think I have.
I was just saying that they're giving me a 3-minute warning here, so let's look again at that list of flyers you have there.
Okay. So, well, like I said, I did want to reiterate the most important thing for me today that I want to highlight to people is that the Staff Appreciation Fund is almost over. So I also wanted to point out, if you haven't given yet, you still have time, and if you don't have an envelope you can get one from the posters that are in the front lobbies, or you can get one from your front desk. And please remember to put your check in the front desk mail slot. A lot of people have been putting them under my door. And I'm not counting checks this year. I would love to keep them, but I can't. But I just don't want them to get lost.
Right.
So that's really important. And you know, I'm like I said, between 4 and 6:30 today, we're going to have a little promotion in the dining areas. The Resident Life Committee will be out there to kind of just remind people that it's winding down. What frequently happens is people, after the campaign ends, several weeks later, we get their checks.
Yeah.
Now, they will still count, but they go into next year. So they don't count towards our total, and we really want to hit our goal. So it's just so important. So Yvonne, I need you to just talk it up for us tonight.
We'll try
talk
to
it up
do
at
that.
the dinner table.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and so there's just so much going on. Garden Ridge is also very involved with staff appreciation.
Good.
So the ceremony this year, it will be the morning, the check distribution, if the residents want to come and see that. The one in Independent Living in Hunter's Crossing will actually be in the morning this year, from 10 to 12 on the 11th of December.
11th of December.
Yes, and then the Garden Ridge one will be from 2:30 to 4:30. So it's a little bit different this year.
But if you've never been to one of those check distribution ceremonies, it's quite exciting, and it's fun to see the excitement on the faces of the staff who are receiving those checks.
And it's an excellent. It's a warm and friendly environment.
It is.
And it is around the holidays, and you can see staff hugging residents and thanking them.
Right.
It's very it pulls your heartstrings, because I've attended several of them, and it's just a wonderful time. It's a good way for staff and residents to get together and just thank each other. It's kind of, you know, you provide us with checks and you know, even our paychecks. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have a paycheck.
Exactly.
And then we give you the services that you need so you can enjoy your retirement.
Right.
So it really is a win-win for everybody.
Thank you, Janelle.
You're welcome.